liberty, and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as was required by Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, with respect to the Home News Tribune to publish the same. This announcement must be entered into the minutes of this meeting, and the meeting is being audio recorded. And the purpose of the meeting is to for commissioner review of the provisional ballots. Valerie, are we ready?
Would you like to be rejecting these as a whole? Okay.
Yeah, there are categories, yeah.
Yep, voted mail-in ballot and also voted a provisional.
Oh, okay.
Not registered. Incomplete cert. And this person lives out of town. They live in Woodbridge but voted in Perth, Amboy.
Okay.
Move to reject all those categories.
Second. Roll call? Yes.
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 Okay.
Beatrice, yes?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I seconded it, so yes.
You're gonna scan, oh, that one, yeah, I did. There might not be for it.
And then we have 4 signatures do not match that cure letters went out. So we will review those.
Move to reject.
Second.
Second.
Oh, yeah, now that I see it, yes.
So the clerk is still sending out provisional ballot envelopes for primary election provisional ballot envelopes here. This one, it had a spot for people
Really?
buying a card.
Move to reject.
Move to
Wow.
reject.
Is that,
Agreed.
wow. Looks like a B on the left there, didn't it? Right, didn't it?
Okay, this was, so, I have his signature on
Okay.
this side, but that side's not filled out.
So this is, you have to
But-
show that signature.
Okay, but it doesn't matter that I have, I think, the assister signature.
There was an assister.
You see why is there's a Maria signed underneath his information.
Okay, that's the signature that I just showed you then.
Yeah, and
It's Maria.
this is on
His signature is on the bottom, on the left.
And that does not match?
No,
It's not signed in the right spot.
But is the signature match, does it
Yeah,
match?
does it match?
Yes.
So let's see it then.
Yeah, let's see that one.
Okay, there's the signature. That's,
It's just in the wrong place, right?
Correct.
I think we ought to accept that one.
Yeah,
It
they
says
both-
voter reg, it says, what you're showing me says under voter declaration, it looks like the spot for the signature of the voter.
well, they both say signature, look at the top.
Yeah, it does look like it.
They signed on that side where everything is in English, and then they filled out the affirmation statement where
Oh,
it's in Spanish.
okay, that's no issue. Move to accept.
Second.
Okay. So why was it pulled? Because of the actual site? It wasn't on the line the way it should have. Is that why nobody accepted it?
the reason I had pulled that aside is because the signature
You
was
just
on a
wanted-
blank
You wanted to
application,
verify,
and I, yes,
okay.
exactly.
Thank you.
Reject.
Printed,
Reject.
not printed.
That's a signature. That's the same thing. It doesn't match.
I know, still not happy with those definitions. Where's the signature?
It's pulling up.
Sorry. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't like it.
Reject, move to reject.
And that concludes.
You want to give me the other one that I'm gonna pick that up?
That's it? No more?
Yes, that's all.
Any commissioner comments?
No.
No? Public comment, Charlie?
Yeah, just real briefly, a couple questions. I know the governor signed an executive order for delaying elections that would have been in January, February,
March.
March.
Mhm.
Do we have any scheduled that are gonna be
Yeah, we
delayed?
did. Mhm. We had fire elections and Highland Park had a council.
Have we ever checked, I don't think, Highland Park, I've heard rumors that they were gonna have an election to fill a council vacancy. My understanding is, and the only thing that I've seen in the last, certainly since they've been on the board, and before that, is that the only methodology of filling a mayor or council vacancy in a municipality was for the political party of the member to select 3 people, and the council votes to take one of those to fill it. I could be wrong, but I'm not aware of
So,
anything that
did
gives them
you
an
read
option
this?
to hold an election.
Where did you read it?
Which
I
part?
haven't
The
heard
first part?
anything from Highland Park.
Yeah.
I mean, only what I've heard from the clerk. So,
They can't make it.
I'm not aware, as the commissioner, I'm just not aware, we've been working on Perth Amboy, I just don't.
No.
Yeah.
Would you get back to the clerk and find out what, even if it's delayed,
Sure.
what their statutory backup is that they have a right to hold an
Well, wait a
election?
minute, you might have just heard some people speaking. You don't know that it's valid, that they're actually.
I got a copy of an email from the clerk, asking for the name
Who's
of the
clerk?
Republican municipal chairman in Highland Park because they want to have an election.
Okay.
The Republican wants to have an election?
No, the clerk, Highland Park wants to have an election and they wanted to notify the Republican chair.
So maybe an election in Highland Park. All the
Fire
fire
districts are all
district
around.
elections will be postponed to April 20th, the same day as the April school elections. I want to ask about electronic poll books. I know that's something that's viewed as a way to facilitate the voting
Yeah,
easier, make it
certainly.
easier on the staff. Is there any plans to get those for 2021?
I don't believe that the state authorized, do you know any more information about electronic poll books? Okay.
Nothing.
This is not absolute, all right? I believe the state authorized a few localities to have some test runs with electronic poll books. I'm not sure that the state has authorized the general purchase of electronic poll books,
I see.
and particular ones. I'm not aware of that happening. That would have to, then one that would have to happen first, then they'd have to authorize specific machines, and then they'd have to be purchased.
If I could just, Commissioner, they did authorize the use of electronic poll books through legislation.
For test runs or across the board?
Across the board.
So if the county wanted to procure them, they could be used.
But, I mean, we'd have to know the landscape for the next
Yeah.
couple elections before committing to anything.
A
Okay.
few municipalities in the state were authorized previously for tests in elections. And they use different, I think they use different books, and that's as far as I know.
Okay. So my understanding was the county already,
To discuss.
Any other questions, Charlie?
sure, just my understanding was just that the county had already allocated the funds and just hadn't made the purchase yet, so just kind
We didn't
We
vote to
haven't been
purchase them.
notified.
of, okay, you have
We
not,
did not vote to purchase electronic poll books.
okay,
Perhaps the county authorized, set aside money to do that, but
Right.
we didn't authorize that.
understood,
Board of
okay.
Selectmen,
And then finally, I just wanted to follow up on the COVID outbreak at the headquarters. Can anybody tell me the total number of positive cases?
In the Kennedy Boulevard, you're
Yeah.
talking about?
I think because of HIPAA, we can't do that.
You can't say the number?
I don't think it's smart to do that right now. I think because of HIPAA, everyone's asking, we're just gonna, we had an outbreak.
Right, okay. I don't mean to pry, I have gotten different information from different sources, so,
Okay.
I'm just trying to verify what the correct one is. And I'll just reiterate, I sincerely hope that everybody is okay and makes full and speedy recovery, and wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a happy and healthy New Year.
Same to you,
Very
Tom.
kind, thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
Me twice.